This year marks the 10th anniversary of South Korea and the World Bank Group coming together to achieve green growth. Korea Green Growth Trust Fund has now supported 180 grant activities worldwide. Rae-hyun tells us more.
To achieve green growth, the World Bank Group has been supporting green, clean, resilient paths for developing countries. South Korea, as a developed country, has been actively collaborating with the World Bank. The Korea Green Growth Trust Fund, for example, or KGGTF, supports partner countries with their innovative and sustainable solutions, strategies, and investments. The KGGTF-World Bank partnership is now in its 10th year, and its portfolio has increased to around $98 million and supports over 180 activities. It has been operating grant programs in 60 countries, such as implementing green solutions for waste management in Latin American countries and launching green cities and low-carbon industries initiatives in parts of Africa. Speaking to Arirang News, the Vice President for Sustainable Development of World Bank Group, Jürgen Vogel, says South Korea has a unique economic development story.
Korea is the only country in the world that within our lifetime experienced a famine and over the course of just a few decades became an OECD country. So Korea does something right, and it does something better than anyone else. And I think it's very important for the rest of the world to understand what that is.
KGGTF now plans to advance its green growth into Build Back Better in the post-pandemic era.
Right, so this is very difficult decisions have to be made. And I think they have to be very strategic how they use their money. But we are convinced that if we help them in their diagnostic to really understand with limited resources what is the most important thing and the most impactful thing that you can do as a country, I think that's a huge contribution.
He also urged the government and institutions around the world that everything they do must be sustainable and climate-friendly.
Ukraine war, we're dealing with the fallout of the Ukraine war, we're dealing with COVID, we're dealing with debt crisis, we're dealing with inflation issues. But all of these, the war will end. Inflation will come down. Debt can be restructured. COVID will, be over one day. But climate change cannot be restructured. Climate change will not be going away one day or will be ending. It's there. And we need to deal with it. And we have very limited time to deal with it.
He also added that the World Bank Group and South Korea are planning to further expand their green growth activities by helping client countries to cope with problems in sectors like agriculture, transport, and energy by dipping into the trust fund and providing additional resources. Rae-hyun, Arirang News.